Hey, how you doing? This is Brother D with the Hip Hop Humanitarians. I'm sure you guys noticed that I haven't been dropping videos as much quite often. Well, I have a very interesting story, to tell you guys kind of what happened, with the situation as to why, we haven't honestly been putting out videos. So one day, a lady comes into an office, that we're occupying, that we're using as, our base or whatever. And, she knows that, we're there. So, she asks, for some help. She has a daughter with her and whatnot. So, we decided to help her. So at that particular time, we were in between, taking our charitable donations and things like that to the bank. So they were just kind of like, in the cash box. So the very next day, for some reason, the place gets burglarized. Now, generally, no one else besides, the people that are part of the Hip Hop Humanitarian Foundation, have the keys. One wasn't actually even in town. So, I mean, that's kind of one thing. But to make a long story short, my purpose to this is like, I started this foundation to help people and to try to make a difference, in the community and, kind of, show my support. But along the way, I've really been kicked around. I've really been mishandled, and I honestly feel that, I don't understand as to, why I've received so much resistance within this project. I mean, keep in mind, I funded everything, so everything, pretty much came, out of my pocket. I didn't really look at it as far as, monetary value. I didn't look at it as, I just looked at it as if it was something, that I was passionate about and I wanted to do. So, with that being said, like I said, the biggest thing to this is sometimes, you can try to help people, you can try to be there for people, and at the end of the day, those same people wouldn't be there for you, they wouldn't, help you, and it's like, I just don't understand what's going on in society. If somebody helps you, and does something, positive or whatever for you, why would you want to take advantage, of the fact? I mean, keep in mind, the whole situation could have just been, a ploy. I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the day, we're, the campaign, I mean, it's obviously shut down. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, like, my morale, I mean, it's not even really there. I'm trying to, do this video and just, kind of get through it. But I just want to be kind of open and honest with you guys, because I'm sure there's a lot of people, that are out there wondering, as to why, there hasn't been, content like there usually is. Well, I mean, clearly, as I'm explaining to you guys, the reason being that it's not is because our, equipment, our funding, I mean, they even went as far as to take the clothes, that were part of the toy drive and fundraiser and things like, upcoming events that we were trying to put together. I mean, it's really disheartening. I mean, truly it is. And, I don't wish ill or harm to anybody. Truly, I don't, because I do believe in karma, But I just, sometimes myself, I have to keep asking myself and wondering, how is it and why is it that I continuously find these stumbling blocks? How is it that I continuously find my way into having, stumbling blocks as far as, when I'm trying to do something righteous as far as, for the community. I've reached out to people on, Twitter, on Facebook, as far as, how to do things. I understand I'm not, I'm not on here, flashing. I'm not, doing anything that's, all that exciting. But, at the end of the day, I'm giving you guys, genuinely me, for some reason, it was put on my heart for me to, to kind of, I guess, tend to, the community, the homeless community. And, that's just what I wanted to do. I also wanted to focus on, people trying to, elevate past their environment, if you will. You got people that are out here, people that are talented, as far as music. You got people that are talented athletes out here. I just wanted to show my support, to anybody that was, trying to, be an entrepreneur, trying to stand on their own too. Not trying to ask anybody for anything, just trying to, be strong and soldier through the day. And, I believe at the end of the day, a lot of us, we get dealt what we call the raw deal. But, at the end of the day, it's like, it's just amazing. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see the irony. Maybe it was me. Maybe I karmically did something wrong. And, if I did something wrong, I totally apologize. Because, I did have one psychic tarot person, and I had, sent her, in her email sections. I was an advocate watcher of hers. I loved her commentation and so forth as far as the show. And I, in her comment section, I just kind of put a little bit, the hip hop humanitarians, kind of just, sent the link, showed her a little bit about, what we were doing and so forth. So on one of the days, I'm watching one of her shows, and she's saying, things about people who film when they're out helping people. And I was kind of stunned, because I know for a fact that, I had recently, it may not have been directly aimed at me, but nonetheless, I was stunned, because I just sent her, this information, and sent her these, videos, and showed her a little bit about what I was doing, and that felt like a slap in the face. Okay. So I just kind of let it go. Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, if I don't put it on film and show people what it is that I'm doing, how is the world going to be conscious? What is it going to take? My whole thing was put it in your face, because a lot of people live in areas where, they generally don't see it, or they generally don't have to deal with it. So for the people who, are fortunate enough to not have to be around that, I wanted to put it in their face to let them know that it does still exist out there. And not only that, I wanted the homeless community to know that, they had someone that understood, someone that cared, someone that cared enough to listen to their stories, or hear what they had to say, or, take time to talk to them. If you look at some of my earlier videos, you'll see, they're saying, man, well, I appreciate you just talking to me. I appreciate you, treating me like a person, making me feel like a person. And that's generally what I'm about. All I wanted to do was inspire and, create a sense of awareness, a sense of pride in yourself. That was generally all I wanted to bring to the world. And, sometimes I feel like all my efforts, are worthless. And I don't want to feel that way, because I don't deserve to feel that way. No one knows my struggle. No one knows how many countless hours that I devote to putting into these things, to getting, even acquiring the knowledge to know how to do this. Keep in mind, I mean, keep in mind that it's not a simple task. I know it looks a lot simpler, than what it is when you're sitting here and you're watching it on here, but you're not out. I'm out walking. I'm out beating the streets. This is for the streets, from the streets. This is raw. This is real. There's no fluff. That's not what we're about here. Our biggest concern is being able to reach the everyday people, the people of the struggle, the people that really understand, and have a concept of life. And the ones that want to elevate themselves, the ones that, that stop and take a look in the mirror and say, I want better for myself. Because I was one of those people. It took me a lot of years for me to, dedicate myself to living right. But you know what? Now that I do, I feel good. I feel humble and I feel righteous inside, And that's something that, is truly priceless. Hello? Yeah, just 1 second.